Hey, 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 happy Sunday, happy Sunday. You're listening to WXNALP Nashville 101, 101.5 FM, live streaming on WXNAFM.org. It is now time for Dear Jelly. How y'all doing? How are you? Um, I hope you enjoyed the session that was before me. And I'm glad that you stuck around to come and say hey to me. So anyway, happy Sunday, happy Sunday. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood here. Hopefully it's a beautiful day where you are. I know that there has been lots of sunshine today. So I'm excited about that. Today we're having a conversation. We're talking about this. A girlfriend and I were talking about some of the shows that we used to watch growing up and how some of those relationships were kind of toxic. But we looked at it as humor. And so today I really want to talk about have these shows, and I'm going to mention some of them, have these shows kind of conditioned us into believing that some things are okay that are honestly toxic in our relationships? Like, do we not have the boundaries that we should have in place because we just decided that some of the things that they do are okay? Hey, Lindsay, how are you? What's up? Thank you for being here. Hopefully, you will join the conversation live on TGI Jelly on Facebook as well, TGI Jelly on YouTube. So that's what we're talking about, like these toxic relationships that we watched growing up. And we decided that these things were okay. How have they affected our relationships today? Darn it. How have they affected our relationships today? And do you still think those shows are funny when you watch them? That's what we are talking about today. I know that I watched growing up, several growing up, and I just decided they were okay. They were not. Looking back now as an adult, I'm like, oh wait, that was not okay. One of the shows I want to talk about, look at, is even like Martin. We love Martin, right? We love Martin, but some of the things that took place on Martin were toxic. Like, are we entertaining people because we're dating their potential? Did we learn to date people's potential because of the shows we used to watch? Watched a lot of goodness. Hold on, sorry guys. Watched a lot of Living Single, right? And everybody's relationship that wasn't everybody's favorite. Well, the relationship that was my favorite that wasn't everybody else's favorite was Ogle Oglesby, Overton, and Sinclair. Such a cute relationship. Such a cute relationship. But we just thought they were just too corny, right? No. But they were so loving and so kind. But that wasn't the one we wanted. We wanted a sexy relationship like Maxine and what was his name? Kyle. Oh my God, like Jelly, why are you talking about this today? Just because it's just the things that we looked at. I looked at when I was looking at watching TV, thinking about different shows, and realizing that some of the things that we thought was funny were actually kind of toxic. And wondering if it conditioned how we look at relationships now. Wondering if it's what we allow now. That's all. That's what I'm wondering. That's what I'm wondering. And that's what I want to talk about today because I think for me it did. There were some things that I let pass because you watched that nonsense. That's what I want to talk about today. So anyway, you're listening to Dear Jelly on the X. Hey y'all, sorry, I got on a little later today. The gentleman before me is still new and he does not move in time for me to do what I need to do. I'll just say that. How was your week? Lindsay, if you're still on, how was your week? Are y'all even on or? I feel like Sundays gets, let me turn it down, it's blasting in my ear. I feel like Sundays gets harder during the week, summer. Hey. Because everybody is out. Your week was okay, so not good, just okay. Mine too. Mine too. Did you watch a lot of TV growing up? Do you have any vacations coming up? Tia! Appreciate y'all being here. I'm about to play another song though. I'm kind of mentally drained right now. I just got done teaching a class. Oh, baby. Girl, I won't chop you, be my hunger. Hey. Did my chores, did my homework, took a bath, got my school clothes. You did all that today? Oh, never mind. You did all that in school when you were young? That was a lot. Yeah, yeah. Allow me to kiss your hand. Be your man and we understand. I want to hear you say I do. I'll be you, gon' be my boo. Where is that red? Baby. That's me like Stevie Wonder. Did my chores, did my homework, took a bath. Want to be from Ghana. What's up? I'm trying to figure out how to take the. This is a lot. Oh, sorry. This is a lot. Wrong remote. If someone's calling me, did my chores, did my homework, took a bath, got my school clothes ready, all in time for the Cosby Show. That was serious dedication. I kiss you double dare me. I could be. Country kids are built different. I would knock out an oil change. What? That can't be real. You were doing oil changes in middle school? That's crazy. You were doing oil changes in middle school. I'm a robot. Kiara! I appreciate y'all coming in the room because I feel like when it gets warmer, I just need to go on sabbatical in the summer months. Because don't nobody be online when it's warmer. Yeah, yeah. Allow me to kiss your hand. Be your man. How y'all doing? I don't want to hear you sing. Are y'all seen all the stuff that Lindsay did when she was a kid? She was doing oil changes. She did her chores, did her homework, took a bath, got her school clothes ready, all in time, and was changing oil before she watched the Cosby Show. Country kids built different. I know grown folk that ain't even built like that. Do all that in one day. You're listening to WXNA-LP Nashville 101.5 FM, live streaming on WXNAFM.org. Tracking back, that was R2B's. R2B's. No, let's go back before that. Before that, we had Fave. We had Fave with Beautifully off the 2021 Beautifully single release. And then that was followed by R2B's. R2B's featuring Wande Cole with Kiss Your Hand off of the 2016 Da Revolution release. If you're just tuning in, hey, it's Dear Jelly with DJ Jelly, and we were talking about toxic shows, like shows that we watched and loved growing up as kids or as teenagers, that if we look back now, we're probably going to see that their relationships were toxic. Some of those love stories weren't so lovely or loving. And did those relationships condition us to where we didn't have proper boundaries as adults, or where we felt like we would see potential instead of factual that was in front of us in some of our relationships? That's what we're talking about today. I do want to share with you about the Elephant Sanctuary. The Elephant Sanctuary in Tennessee is a non-profit organization providing home and herd to captive elephants retired from performance and exhibition. As a true sanctuary, the elephants' habitats are closed to the public, but the Elephant Discovery Center in Hollandwald offers interactive exhibits and programming exploring the many ways elephants shape our world. More information and live streaming videos at elephants.com. So, like, shows like Martin. Loved Martin. Watched the show, thought it was hilarious. Watching as an adult, realizing Martin was toxic. Tommy was toxic. The other guy, whatever his name was, Show was toxic. Jerome was toxic. Jerome in the house, he was toxic. A lot of those relationships were toxic, and a lot of different things that they forgave them for, excused them for. Yeah, it was funny. And yet some of those things were not so hypothetical. Some of those scenarios and things that were forgiven, even the way he used to talk to her, dang, Gina. We know he didn't say dang, but Gina, just things that he would do and say would not equate to someone who's ready to be in a healthy relationship. It's funny to look back and look and be like, oh, that was so funny. That was hilarious. Was it? Was it hilarious? Living Single. Love seeing Living Single. Um, well, probably not a lot. I don't know who watched this, but Friends. Some of the relationships in Friends, very toxic, and we took it as entertainment. So my question is, were there, like, did these things maybe subconsciously condition us to think some of these things are okay? To where we start looking at people's potential instead of what is actual, what's that actual and factual, like in front of us? Is that possible? Did we do that? Or is it a stretch? And it's okay if you think it's a stretch. We're just having a conversation. What are y'all thoughts? Tell me what you think. We we also we're talking about, like, just what kind of shows did you watch? I did watch Cosby Show. That was great. Family Matters, that whole thing with Laura and how she wanted to change Steve into Stefan. That was toxic. And we were watching and like loving it, right? Maybe it was just me. I don't think it was just me. But like changing for somebody else. You love them so much you're willing to change for them. No, that was toxic. Is there a song about toxic? If there is, I need to know. Yeah, so that's what I want to talk about today. Like, what other shows and relationships do we watch? I mean, I know we watch a lot. I know I watch a lot of related. What am I talking about? Reality TV right now. But I mean, it's clear that stuff is toxic. A lot of those relationships are toxic. But these different shows, like, we accept certain things in our relationship, in our friendships, in our family relationships, because we watch these dysfunctional families, and it's like they came together at the end. There's even movies we can talk about where they came together at the end, and it's like, no, this person should have walked away. No, you should have severed that relationship, but we did it. Just thought, I mean, what y'all think? Let me know. Listen, Dear Jelly, I'm the ex. This is my song. This is my song. I'm playing Running to You. Y'all know that's my song. Like the Walls of Jericho. Yes. And I not me to. Running to you. I'll be running to you. How's y'all weekend going? Tia, what you do today? Are you still on? Running. Is it hot where you are? I feel like we watched shows. Do y'all remember that show Rock? That one wasn't much of the toxic one. Whew. You outside, Tia? You outside? Hi, Quinn. Shut up. Quinn Cooper is in this house. Hi, Quinn. What are we talking about today? Hold on, let me turn this song down in my ear because I feel like I'm yelling because this is my jam. We're talking about the different shows that we watched either growing up or even as, young adults, different shows we watched and we found as entertainment. And especially Black shows, and those shows were actually toxic. Like, the relationships were toxic, and we looked at it as humor. Like Martin, for instance. Like, Martin should have been in nobody's relationship. He was toxic. That was what the show Martin. On the show Living Single, Maxine and Max. Maxine and Kyle. Toxic. Oh, that's my part. Um, Family Matters. The whole Steve and Laura situation, toxic. Like just all these different shows and these relationships that we looked at stuff as funny. And it was like, no, this is messed up. And there's a lot of different shows we watch. You know, I cannot. And yes, and relationships between ladies. Let's talk about that after this song. So yes. Girl, oh, you just took it out of my mouth. Tony on Girlfriends. And what was the one that was a freeloader? Because she was a free spirit? Toxic. Same thing with the relationships on Living Single. Toxic. On Friends. Toxic. Rachel, toxic. And then we would look and be like, oh, these people just didn't find themselves, so it was okay. It's not okay. It's not okay. Mama and I are talking about TV shows from back in the day. Okay, so TV shows from back in the day. Like Good Times. She said, she said Tony on Girlfriends was awful. Awful. I would have beat her tail. I thought, yeah, Tony was toxic. And I mean, they highlighted that. Even with her wedding and everything else, they highlighted that stuff. And we're just like, oh, they're trying to find themselves. Oh, they don't know what they want. No, they know what they want. That stuff was not okay. And we were viewing it as entertainment. And then as we grow, we're having these relationships. And it's from, it's just like, oh, this is what people do. They got to find themselves. No, quit. Stop being a jerk. The Wayans, hella toxic. That's like my radio seat dance. What show was your mama talking about, Tia, if you're still on? Friends, Monica, toxic. I don't know why I made that face. I just felt it in my spirit. Hey, 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 hey. You're listening to WXNA LP Nashville 101.5 FM, live streaming on WXNAFM.org. Tracking back, that was Chike with Running to You featuring Simi off the 2022 Boo of the Booless release, followed by Olamide featuring with Infinity featuring Omale off of the 2020 Carpe Diem release. If you're just tuning in, hey, it's Dear Jelly, and having a pretty great conversation with some pretty smart people on TGI Jelly Live, as well as TGI Jelly on live on Facebook and on YouTube. WXNA is your all-volunteer, free-form radio station, flying our freak flag in Nashville for more than 7 years, thanks to you. We opened our loyal listeners for financial support. Help us keep our freak banner flying proudly in Nashville and beyond by becoming a member of Team WXNA today. Go to WXNAFM.org and show your support. If you're just tuning in, hey, so happy you're here. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Hope you're enjoying the lovely weather. And I appreciate you tuning in because you could literally be doing anything else. But I appreciate that you are tuned into this. So we're having a conversation. We're talking about those toxic shows. Well, they're not toxic shows. Let me change that. Relationships in shows that were toxic and that we watched growing up, that we were entertained by, not realizing that these things weren't toxic. These relationships where they show people with, settling people with potential, forgiving people who have potential, forgiving people who cross boundaries in friendships and families and relationships. And did that somewhat condition how we are in relationships and what we allow and the boundaries that we let people cross? Probably. Tia says, Mama and I are talking about TV shows from back in the day. Exactly. Quinn says, what about friendships between ladies? Super toxic on television. Quinn says, Tony on Girlfriends was awful. I would have beat her tail. Quinn says, some people aren't meant to be your forever people. Excuse me. That is true. Some people aren't meant to be your favorite people. But we watch these shows and it's like, well, they worked it out. Well, it worked out. They found their happy ending. So maybe this is normal that I should allow this toxic behavior. Tia says, we talked about, she's talking about she and her mother. We talked about 227, Good Times, A Different World, and the movie Baby Boy. Oh, the movie Baby Boy. That movie was toxic. Speaking of toxic. Who wrote the script, Baby Boy? 227, a lot of toxic relationships. Good Times, a lot of toxic relationships. A Different World, oh my gosh. And we looked at things, especially culturally, we looked at things and said, well, this is Black people doing these things, so this is normal. Or this is something creative. This is okay to accept some of the different things that took place, scenarios that were not okay. But I guess it was a way to bring conversation. And I'm hoping that the conversation helped us to understand that some of the scenarios were not okay, opposed to just deciding this is what people do. Tia says, Sandra on 227 was a gold digger that used her femininity to woo men. Mary. Is that how she Mary? Yes. And then it was what was that show? Moving on up to the east side. When they to a deluxe apartment in the sky. What show was that? And the relationships that they had, and even the racist thing. I mean, what show was that? What show was that when it was actually Mom? What show was that? It was moving on the east side to a deluxe apartment in the sky. They finally got a piece of the pie. Did they? Did they get a piece of the pie? Because even just the way that he used to treat people, it was very, very rude. I forgot about Sandra using her girly ways. I mean, oh, thank you. The Jefferson. Yeah, George Jefferson show. The Jeffersons. Thank you, Marisa. Thank you, Auntie. Yeah, that was just the way that he used to act. It was toxic. And we're just like, well, do what you got to do. Or that was the time back then. I mean, in all honesty, even like going back to Martin, would you date a Martin now? Please say no. And you probably would because you think it's funny. No. The way he talked, the way he acted, things he did, had no business in the relationship. Laura from Family Matters, toxic. You making Steve change himself to be this whatever, toxic. And then the show was toxic anyway because they had a whole child that they just dropped and disappeared. Toxic. But I know it's a different kind of toxic. But no, even like she said, like Girlfriends, Tony. What was the other show that people used to watch? I don't know that. Were there any toxic relationships in the Cosby Show? Ruby. No. Rudy was toxic. No, I'm just kidding. But I mean, just looking at the different scenarios and relationships in a lot of these shows. Like, would you allow these people in your life now? Hopefully not, because they're terrible. Did those shows talk us into accepting potential? I think they did. And it's funny how now we'll watch like reality TVs and our shows. Well, I watch reality TV shows. That's not a secret. I watch a lot of reality TV. And different people say, well, Jelly, that show is so toxic. How do you watch that? And I'm just like, how did you watch what you watch growing up? What was the one show with the twins? With the twins, Michelle played the twins, the Olsen twins. Um, Joey and Uncle Jesse and them. There's some toxic relationships in there too. What was it called? You know what I'm talking about. It was toxic. That's gonna be a word for the week. Toxic. It was toxic. You know what I'm talking about. It was toxic. Full House. Thank you. Toxic. There were some things that took place in those shows that was toxic. The relationships, the conversations. And we just took it as comedy. And then, like I said, we become young adults. We're watching like Friends, Rachel, toxic. Joey, toxic. Like just different things. And we thought it was funny. Like, oh, look how they're acting. But I mean, would you be with people like that now? I don't know. Might be sweet to you like sugarcane to be with people like that. We're just having a conversation. Here's Sugarcane by Camido. Listen, Dear Jelly on the X. What's up, Amita? Thank you for joining. Long time listener. A lot of y'all stopping in today. I appreciate it because summer, when it gets hot, several people don't log in. Juan's not coming today. Oh, what's up? Jenna, hey. Oh, I forgot to take something home. Follow. What'd you say? Never thought of it. We were happy to see successful, career-oriented brown folks. Right? We were happy to see them living in houses. We were happy to see those swanky apartments that they had. We were happy to see they were working in these different jobs. But they were toxic. We were excited. So, and we found humor. Like the friendships. Why they ain't know what Tommy did for a living? That's your friend. You spent all that time with. You have no clue what that joker do. What? DJ Juan seems like a cool dude to tag along to a BravoCon. What's BravoCon? I love DJ Juan. This my boy. This my boy. DJ Juan. And he's a cool dude. Hey. Yeah, I'm going to play this. There's people down. We have an art studio downstairs, and so people are. That's not the song I meant to put on. Oh, how did I do that? Bandana, bandana, Playboy. I know you'll see me cry. How many black TV shows had two-parent households with middle-class incomes? Not many are coming to mind. So, Cosby Show had it. Did it have to be two black parents? Because there was quite a few shows, but not everybody was black. Cosby Show had it. Family Matters had it. Um, I guess just the two, right? No, there were shows in the 70s. Uh, all those 70s shows, they had two-parent households, right? I don't know a lot of their names. Are there any current shows that show healthy interactions? Healthy interactions right now, current shows. Um, I think people like chaos and drama. I think so. Blackish. Oh yeah, Blackish. Yeah, Black. I like the relationship with. Oh, sorry. Hold on. What's that noise? You're listening to WXNALP Nashville 101.5 FM, live streaming on WXNAFM.org. Tracking back, we had Comido with Sugarcane off the 2023 LITA release, followed by Fireboy featuring DML and Asaki with Bandana off of the 2022 Playboy release. If you're just tuning in, hey, it's DJ Jelly with Dear Jelly, and we're having a discussion about different shows that we may have watched growing up that we thought were comical, and then now as adults, we look back and see that those relationships they had with friends, with family, even just love relationships, they were not healthy, and that's just something we really never really thought about. But now look back and go, wait, what in the world? Like, what are we watching, right? And it makes you wonder, like, did those shows teach us that to look for potential and not to focus on what is right in front of us? Did those shows teach us that it's okay for people to cross our boundaries? Did those shows teach us that? Because we have this fantasy feeling of, well, it'll work out like it did on the shows that we watched. We're just having a conversation. I do want to share with you about Sassy Family. Sassy Family is a local nonprofit hosting kids' clothing and toy swaps. Sassy Family creates a space for families to exchange gently used kids' clothing, books, toys, and baby gear. Swaps are held in July, October, and March at Trinity Community Commons on Trinity Avenue in East Nashville. More information at sassyfamily.weebly.com. So, Tia says, Jenna, never thought of it. We were happy to see successful, career-oriented brown folks, excuse me. She said, and excited to see college-bound people. DJ Juan, if you're listening, Lindsay said, DJ Juan seems like a cool dude. to tag along to a BravoCon. I don't know what's BravoCon. Lindsay says, how many Black TV shows had two-parent households with middle-class incomes? Not many are coming to mind. Tia says, are there any current shows that show healthy interactions? And then Tia says, I think people like chaos and drama, which is true. Blackish. Jenna says Blackish. So Jenna is letting you know what shows are out now that show you these things. Tia says, I like the relationship with Randall and his wife on This Is Us. Yes! I forgot about This Is Us because I watch a lot of reality TV, so we know that that's kind of toxic in some ways. So I couldn't think of any shows that were out right now. Lindsay said, but did they have high-paying jobs, though? Did who have high-paying jobs? On some of those shows, yeah. Some of those shows, they did have high-paying jobs. That's how they got the deluxe apartment in the sky. James was struggling on Good Times. Okay. Not growing up. Tia says, Randall and Beth and This Is Us. Yes. That was two-parent household. Mabita says, The Parenthood, two-parent household. Jenna says, girlfriend still speaks to dating now. Can't believe I was watching that as a kid. We were, girlfriends had things in terms of like toxic friendships, as well as toxic relationships, as well as toxic family relationships. It was just a lot of it that I feel like it's just like that we could relate to. And that is what's not okay. Not relate to as here's something I should be working on, but more so relate to as like, oh, this is what is going on. This is not good. If I can relate to this, how can I change this? Instead, we were entertained by it. Tia says, go to Tia. Tia says, with the relationship between Penelope and Derek in Criminal Minds, work husband and work wife was the relationship between Penelope and Derek in Criminal Minds, work husband and work wife a healthy relationship? She was his baby girl. Yeah, there's all these theories that I used to watch that. I used to watch a lot of Criminal Minds. And there were all these different people who would blog and say like, oh, this was to show you that there was a relationship, even though they had, he had a wife or did he have a wife? But they were saying that there was more to than meets the eye or whatever. That is a really good example, like work relationships. Is it healthy to have a work wife and work husband? I've been watching a lot of skits on TikTok of the whole like, oh, the work husband taking care of the work wife and then getting mad when the real husband comes to the workplace and talking crazy and stuff. And those are funny. They are funny. They make me laugh out loud, literally. But then when you think about it, it's just like, wait, this ain't right. Is it low-key cheating, or is that another show? Is it low-key cheating to have a work husband or work wife? Is it low-key emotional connection? I don't know. I forgot about that show, Criminal Minds. Would we call that healthy? I've already said it before. I'll say it again. I know watching Family Matters, honey. Laura, toxic. Eddie, toxic. These people got a lot of passes on doing a lot of really messed up stuff. Because it was just like, oh, I'm growing. I'm going to find myself and do better. Are you? Did they? I don't know. Let me play this song I was going to play. I don't know how I played the song that I played, but this is the song I wanted to play. It's Love Don't Cost a... Moesha! I forgot about Moesha. Was Moesha toxic? I think so. Let me think about how Moesha was talking. Love Don't Cost a Dime. It's a Dear Jelly on the X. I forgot about Moesha. You know what else is toxic? The Parkers. Toxic. But I was mentioning those other shows earlier because I mean, obviously, it wasn't just black shows that we was watching that was toxic. Hey. I love the song. Can't play it long because Facebook is a hater. Gilmore Girls, Dawson's Creek. Dawson's Creek, Dawson's Creek. I don't remember the Gilmore Girls, what the relationships were with them. I don't remember Dawson's Creek. I remember Dawson's Creek. I don't remember what the TV was. Doogie Howser. Some of the pressures they would put on him just because he was a genius. Toxic. Yeah, I feel like it's harder to find what are the healthy do people like healthy TV, healthy relationships? They say they do. I don't think they do though. Maybe actually I don't know if we do. What? I think Dawson's mom cheated at his dad and vice versa. I didn't know that. Oh, there's not the song. What is going on with me today? Who is this? Ricardo. Maya, 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 Maya. There's like an art school downstairs. Go, 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 shawty. You know it's your birthday. Go, 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 shawty. You know it's your birthday. Um, so there's a lot of cars downstairs and noise. You know what show I used to love? But I was an adult, but still. Um, that hospital show. There's so many spin-offs. Grayson's Hospital, Grayson's Autonomy. Someone Grayson. Go, 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 Shawty. You know it's your birthday. I know it's your birthday. Grey's Anatomy. Yeah, that was it. Oh, it's your birthday. No, no. I cried when certain situations happened, like it was real life. Cried. Like when that one black man found out that his ER. Oh, I forgot about ER. Mom says that the sitcoms will always try to show a diverse representation of different situations. She's right. Maya, Maya. On ER, I cried when Philip was Eric, who was his name? When the guy found out that his son that he has been raising and his baby mama was married to somebody, and the stepdad wanted to move with the child, and the dad was like, "No, you're not taking my kid from me." And then that's how he ended up having to reveal to him what the mom had told him, that it wasn't his son. I cried like it was my son. Yeah. So you're listening to WXNALP Nashville 101.5 FM, live streaming on WXNAFM.org. Tracking back, that was Magiques with Love Don't Cost a Dime re-up off the 2022 Love Don't Cost a Dime re-up single. Followed by that, we had Ricardo Banks featuring Tiwa Savage and Fioki. Um, with Like off the 2017 release. Oh, but we also have Fireboy and DML and Asaki with Bandana. I think I mentioned it though with Playboy. That's for release in 2022. If you've been on this conversation, thank you so much. I know that it's been like showing all these shows and making it sound like there was no good television, but let's be clear, it was good television. They just had toxic relationships, and um, hopefully they did not um, condition us to let people cross boundaries that are not okay. And when we were talking about shows, like are there any good shows coming up or good shows that show two parent relationships or healthy relationships? I know Tia said Randall and Beth and This Is Us. And what we just said, the parenthood. Jenna says, girlfriend still speaks to dating now. Can't believe I was watching that as a kid, which is hilarious because we all were. Tia says, was the relationship between Penelope and Derek in Criminal Minds work husband and work wife a healthy relationship? She was his baby girl, and that was an interesting relationship. Just bringing up different shows that we're thinking about, like what did we watch that may have had some crazy stuff. Jenna says, Moesha and Gilmore Girls, Dawson's Creek. I don't remember much about Dawson's Creek, but Jenna says, I think Dawson's mom cheated on his dad or vice versa. And then there was that one show we were so hooked in as young adults, Grey's Anatomy. Jenna says Grey's Anatomy. Tia says, Mama says that the sitcoms will always try to show a diverse representation of different situations. And I agree. And it helps us to relate to those shows. Grey's Anatomy was a show I was trying to remember. Tia says ER was another one. Yes, ER, girl, ER had me like a kid saying a chokehold. ER had me in a chokehold. Jenna says New Amsterdam is good. So New Amsterdam, I guess, is a show that has an example of healthy relationships. I don't know what that is. I don't know what it comes on, but I'm going to check it out. New Amsterdam, let's check it out and see if it truly is good. Y'all, we have come to the end of our show. TJ Juan will not be in today, so I won't be able to get his opinion on what he watched and whether or not it helped to affect any of his relationships in a good way or a bad way. But like I said, look at the shows as entertainment. If you can relate to some things, hopefully, if nothing else, we'll take it as a way to thanks, hon. We'll take it as a way to see, like, if we can relate to these things or see ourselves in these characters that are showing toxic traits, be better, do better, seek help, and have better and healthier relationships, right? All right, y'all. Love y'all. See y'all next week. And thanks for hanging out. No matter what the temperature is next week, I hope you do stop by. All right, y'all. Have a good one. Bye.